to my channel Healthcare. So today 10 helpful gardening tips that actually help this former plants killer. Plant your garden where the sun does shine. For edible rule number 1 is you need full sun. In generally you can usually grow edible food anywhere that is south heats southeast or southwest facing, or just pay attention to where the sun goes during the day. Which areas spend most of the day in the sun? That is where you'll want to put your edible gardens. Want quick and bountiful. Focus on leaves instead of fruits. One of the garden tips I received courtesy of Berkey. Edible plants have a pretty basic life cycle. Most edible plants start their life as a seed. They establish roots and stem, then leaves, then flowers, then fruit if they make fruit, and then create seeds, starting the process over again. Move beyond the potting soil mix. Spend a few minutes on a garden soil site and you'll probably hear a gardener rant against potting soil. And yet, that's what I have been using primarily because mixing my own soil has felt so complicated. But Berkey managed to break it down in the way that made me feel confident enough to try my own mix next time. First, why not use bagged potting soil? Berkey says that potting soil, even organic potting soil, often contains unsustainable ingredients like peat moss, which is harvested from bogs and takes a long time to regenerate, and also dries super fast in soil mixes and doesn't rehydrate it, which is why so many of my pots end up looking like bricks. Perlite and vermiculite are volcanic rocks that end up in a lot of soil too. Even worse, non-organic potting soil, unusual, contains synthetic fertilizers, but maybe most importantly, potting soil often isn't very nutrient rich since there's much filler. If you transplant instead of seeds, keep the soil consistent. Some seeds are more difficult to get going than others, and so you'll want to be choosy about the plants you begin with seeds and the ones you buy as a transplant. Young plants that have already been started for you. Berkey says that lettuces is an easy one to start from seed, and you'll get more out of it too if you start the day that way. You can only harvest lettuces 2 or 3 times before the plant's life cycle is over, so you might as well start the life cycle on your term. One big tip: know what kind of soil your transplant started in. If your plant was grown at a big box store that uses synthetic fertilizer to start their plants, you need to keep the plants in synthetically fertilized soil. Your garden should be full of things you actually eat. If you are not sure what you want to plant, Hamad says that the best places to start in your kitchen. What do you use when you cook? He says. You should grow something not just because it's easy, but grow something because you are going to use it. There's a lot of satisfaction of bringing your harvest indoors and cooking yourself a meal. Eat your plants and as soon as they are ready. Most plants are not a year around procedures or even months long procedure. They show up happy and delicious for a short period and then moved on to the flowering. I told Berkey about a parsley plant in my garden that's been stubbornly thinning. It's shooting out a couple of stems towards the top, and no matter how many times I trim it back, I won't go back to the healthy looking plant it was a few weeks ago. I hope this video is helpful for you. Give me thumbs up and subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you.